Hello everyone, Lord.agion here with another Grey Goo Replay. Spawning the top side, it is... well, he's now here, it is B-Rob. And he's blue. Though that's on the minimap, he is green. Spawning on his bottom side, his ally... sorry, I have to get used to the 2v2s, they don't happen that often. Well, until that freeze by weekend happened. We have Alan. Spawning the right side, we have, well, now here, we have Maxddf and his ally, Drakkk. I think it's Drakkk, KK. It's a beater goo mirror. That's a bit interesting. Guess, not sure. Never mind. As you can see over down here, we have some harassment by 2 Striders. Up here, there was actually 2 Radiants as a harassment, pulling a significant amount of damage on this refinery. Has not gotten up his second mother goo up. He's going straight for aggression. If he's able to snipe this refinery, this is game crippling. Has 6 armor, and this weapon has 3 penetration, so he is doing 8 damage per shot. I think. Yeah, 8 damage per shot. He has to build commandos one by one. He's able to kill 1 Striders, reducing the damage output by 25%. He should just take this, but we got some reinforcing Striders here. This is going to be, this refinery is sure to be dead. Drakkk is going at minus 42 economy. What's he building? This is Alan, right? Yeah, this is Alan. Alan has minus 100 economy. What is he building? Up here, he has a couple refineries building. That's why he can't build so many commandos. So he's streaming in these, well, trying to build more and more commandos one by one. But if this headquarters is taken out, I think it's not an instant loss if that headquarters is taken out. But I think it stops all production of new units. Looks like, oh wait, these is allies. Blue name tags, but these are green. Blue drovers, which were red health? Or blue health? The color coding this gauge is less to be desirable. He has both of these refineries up, and currently his ally and him are both refining up the same refinery, with same fields. Which is possible since the Goo players don't... they gather from a separate system than the refineries. Than the feeder refineries. And this factory will be taken out. 1 commando did come out. He's able to kill off 1 Strider, which is nice. He's paying for himself. You can switch to all. Still no second goo over here. I'm not sure if the headquarters is destroyed, if you can build like factories off of these. I'm not exactly sure. It's a bit unheard of for somebody's headquarters to be destroyed. Looks like got a wave of drovers coming in, getting some nice amount of splash damage, destroying these Striders. Well, is there enough drovers here to finish it off? Yes, a very nice engagement. A lot of the new players probably don't realize that these Striders do have splash damage. I think this small protein will clean it up. Switching into more drovers to fight drovers. But the drovers have really crap damage. Well, except they deal additional damage for producing structures, but since it's up, now it only takes 1 damage. And still the concept of pressure, he thinks he's destroyed, but he was smart and built over here. Perhaps hopefully he sold off these structures before they were destroyed. Currently Alan, this player here, is at +3 economy, so perhaps, but he is a bit low, so it's good that he's stocking up a little bit. More Striders coming in, trying to destroy this refinery. But remember, this guy has not done any expanding, so he's actually worse off, I would say. I hate to say this, but he's actually worse off than this player who has all of his buildings destroyed. That's a bit strange, isn't it? This player is going extremely defensive, which I can't really blame him. This player is being extremely aggressive, but he's not securing a future. This player is trying to secure a future, getting out a medium hub. Let's see, artillery, tank, air. I got the beater covered. He does not. He doesn't realize it, but he does not have the beater player covered. The beater player is actually well and more prosperous than this Goo player. He doesn't realize it because I don't think any team has sent out scouts. This player, nope, they have not sent out any scouts. What does this team doesn't have much scouting vision, but it's not bad. Quite honestly, this player's in very good position. He actually does have 4 refinery. Compared to this player's 1, 2, 3... Actually, he does have 4 refineries, but one of them is still being produced. Nice Strider micro, not Strider, Stalker micro to prevent the Mother Goo from taking out these guys and preventing him from expanding from this direction. The problem is, they both are sharing these fields, and of course they're going to be consumed incredibly fast. Sending out Mother Goo for the offense, which it is suicide. At this point, it's suicide. At this moment, he does see the Mother Goo. Does he realize that his camera's actually right here? I'm actually have locked the camera. He needs a micro. This Mother Goo is going to devour these units. But this Mother Goo has taken a lot of damage. He's down this. Remember, this last thing of health here is another equal to here. So it's equal to another 320 health. Stalker's trying to take up the Strider. He's down to 80 health. He needs to fall back. Currently, he's healing himself a little bit faster than the rate of the damage. No, it's actually not healing as much. And he's just throwing away resources right now. Keep the camera on. He's currently looking up here. Perhaps he could go for some Crescent. That would be good, even though they do full damage to walls, not exactly full damage to buildings because they have armor. However, free damage is free damage. What is this player going for? He's going for a 2 hanger, perhaps going to see some bomber production. Let's see, these. I think these are the Nimbus, not the Warhawks. I don't really recognize the icons between the aircraft just yet. Getting out of the avalanche, very nice. There we go. I sort of called it. Artillery on the high ground. Of course, the problem is he is getting some. It is Nimbus bomber craft. Do we see any upgrades yet? Looks like a Radiant Stealth, perhaps Harassing Radiant. Not very good for combat. They're just good for. They're already meant to be a recon unit. They don't have stealth detection, but they do have a very large range. So keeping himself just makes him much more survivable as a recon unit, and plus that little bit of damage, none of it hurts, just being annoying, a nuisance. Got some Striders and some Drovers, and I'm sort of slurring my words for some odd reason. The Striders will beat the Stalkers, especially with the additional forces of the Drovers, just because they have just a larger force. he needs more combat units. He does have a plus 28 economy. You want to keep your economy around 0. If you have full, if you're trying to get some plus would be good if you're trying to get some resources. Some minus would do some good since he's maxed on economy. Look, you saw that brief moment where he said full. His refineries are full. Look, full. He needs more production. That's what I can suggest for him right now. Look how many refineries he has. He does have a bit of production down here, but he's just hogging up all of his teammates' resources. They probably should try to make a, I would say, aggressive expansion towards the center to get all this rich amount of resources in the middle. But you need to clear out these hubs. Perhaps maybe the Goo player could send out Mother Goo, sit it right around the middle to destroy over time and while taking in resources. Predators and Stalkers are trying to come in. Striders are very effective versus Predators. Now trying to do some move and shoot. Shoot and scoot. That's a bit of a payday thing. Remember all hearing the cops keep on yelling out shoot and scoot. Even though the term shoot and scoot is artillery for shoot and move. It's an artillery term, not an infantry term, but either way. This refinery will be focused on quite quickly. More and more small proteins coming in for reinforcing. As you can see here, I usually cast them the higher players, but I've been sort of hard to try to find the replays of the stronger players on the replay system. And apparently now, I just found out Game Replays and now host having a great Goo Replay section finally installed. Here you go. Commandos is probably a good answer. A little tip: the suicide packs are incredibly effective versus the Goo, especially versus Drover. The suicide packs is a very good upgrade. Doesn't seem like it, but what's the best way to take out the melee range Drovers, basically, than suicide bombers? Got a huge amount of avalanches. Avalanches are basically snipers. They do have a very slow rate of fire, but they can pretty much wipe out any ground unit, excluding the epic units and Mother Goos, and I think also large proteins, in one hit. They have a significant amount of damage. A good upgrade for them is move and shoot, which is the same slot as the infantry suicide packs. Self-radiant deployed on top of the ridge, which splits it 2 and 2. No, self-radiants are just a big, more or less, F you. Like, haha, I see you and I'm attacking you. And this player I can see is not very strong since he has this massive force but not attacking. This Goo player lost everything, and he's just down to 2 Mother Goos. Why is he moving out of this area? He should just sit there. He's... Oh, I think he's actually expecting this counterattack. Yeah, I have this Vita player cover. He didn't realize that he expanded up here, allowing this area just to fall. Currently, the left side are sitting better economically, but the right side, this beta player has not expanded that much. He does have -5 economy, so he's probably managing his economy, but he has all these wasted structures. This one is set up and ready for to make a Hand of Rook. But other than that, oh, it looks like a large protein. Avalanches cannot one-shot them and instantly turn into a Bastion. the avalanches cannot one-shot the lack of focus firing. May I say, if you focus fire, you can kill one unit, removing their DPS quicker. That's what focus firing does. Destroying a small hub, very nice pick-me-up, also. But this player has not expanded that much. He has all these structures that are not really being utilized. Well, specifically these one. He is ready for a Hand of Rook, but he doesn't have the economy for it. This Goo player now getting his economy up, finally getting his 4th Mother Goose up. This Goo player should be expanding a bit more often. He does have 2 maxed out ones. Perhaps he should just turn one of those maxed out ones to a Proto Purger, then to get a Purger out. Maybe a good option. But he needs to expand. Here, remember, he probably doesn't realize Goo can harvest resources even if there's a catalyst event there. That is a note, something to make note of. It is not, and before anybody says anything, it is not a glitch or an exploit. In fact, it says in the loading screen that the Goo players can harvest resources from areas with catalyst event plugs. So it is not a glitch or an exploit. If the Goo creators, the Grey Goo developers, Petroglyph, intended it to be that way. Low health from Tempest. May shouldn't take time to invest in the repair pads on the hangars, unless he's not planning to continue building them, but he is planning to continue building them. Looks like he's queuing up like a set of avalanches, then a set of predators. Avalanches can be very strong, as I mentioned before. Nimbus are coming out, getting out some nice bombing run, hitting there. Aiming for the predators. Nice hit. He still has 1 bomb left. And just probably should just fall back or find an area to waste the bombs. Because the longer they're not loading, looks like these are going to turn into Tempest. They do not start off a round. And they get away before the first round is charged. Oh wait, oh! Max range, just a lucky hit. There's a Mother Goo up here. It's sort of hard to tell with all the stuff up here. Looks like ratings can now target stealth, well, can now target aircraft and hit our stealth. Can be good. It's by the green Goo player, which he hasn't seen any aircraft, so it is a wasted upgrade. Oh wait, but there is a hangar here. Perhaps there is monitor craft, so it may be actually good. No move and shoot by the avalanches, killing off that Mother Goo with a nice burst. Focusing down the avalanches because they are very expensive. And this Stealth Radiant. He needs a dagger. He just has 1. Has probably well paid for itself. Got a little hit force here. Press ambush force. This looks like this Proto Purger just started. It's at 800 health. This Hand of Rook is far from being completed since it's minus 55 credit per second rating. I wonder if Radiants can see past walls. This Radiant has once spotted it, perhaps maybe by monitor craft. Doesn't see it going up, but you can highlight it. Oh wait, he does see past walls. I know some walls you can, with some units, regular units, you cannot see through walls, some units you can. Getting artillery out, a very nice choice. With all the AA in the air, he can't really do much about it. I think a dagger would be able to see up there. Not exactly sure. he has spotted this Mother Goo. He should just stand there and engage. This, I can't tell whose Tempest that is. Looks like it is the left team's Tempest. Looks like the right team's Tempests are right there. Radiance should just be on attack move, just to try to do as much damage as possible. Trying to rebuild the walls, but it's pointless. He actually completed the wall and didn't cancel it, and now it's destroyed. Large protein here, perhaps for a Bastion. Do a combo play, have Bastion go in and take damage while the Striders come. Not Striders, Stalkers come in. More and more harassing Radiance. The stealth detecting units are the small proteins and the large proteins. No, not the large proteins, but the Mother Goos. And we also have Seekers. Spotted. Hi, I'm right here. You can't see me. Now he's moving in with his force, and he thought, oh, he can't do anything about it. Stealth detection. And looks like, I didn't mention this before, there are hailstorms out. Bring in the artillery. The artillery, it has a very good splash radius. They don't really do a high amount of damage, but they have good splash, so they're good in large groups. This Nimbus Bomber will be destroyed by the Tempest. Howitzers are coming in, though the Avalanches will be able to destroy these hailstorms quite readily. But overkill. He fired all of them at the same time at a single target. He needs to split the fire. The Avalanches is something you do not want to focus fire with. And looks like there's an assault force up here. Looks like this Crescent's also moved forward. Perhaps it may be that large protein's still there. Destructors wouldn't be a half bad choice. I mean, this replay is by far definitely not the greatest. It's more of a... Looks like he's doing a mass sell-off. To surrender. Calling in GG. By far, this replay is not the greatest, but I'm casting it so perhaps people can learn, seeing there's a bunch of fresh blood with that free-to-play weekend. I'm hoping they can see this replay and learn, and apparently everything's hostile. Hostile to the observer. A bit of a glitch on the minimap. It occasionally happens. Looks like the yellow beta player is maxed out in population, who was severely punished in the early game, as now the largest force in the game. This Goo player needs to expand more often, and probably to move away from the refineries that he already has placed. Move to the center, nice and juicy amount of resources here. You want to have the Mother Goos maxed out as soon as possible with being safe and controlling their safety. Just some little tidbits. And this is the end of the game. Once in a 2v2, if you lose, one player loses, and you have no force to contend to defend yourself. It's a game over. I'm just going to let this replay run through. There's nothing really much more I can say. He dies to a proto-purger. You dead. YOLO. What an asshole, just staying up here. Oh, this is Lord.agion saying thank you for watching, and signing off.